What's up, everybody? Thank you, as always, for checking in. Today we're going over what some might call the longest minute of your life. That's right, we're talking about planks, and we're talking about how to properly do a plank. Now, the properly part is really a combination of understanding the anatomy and being able to feel out whether or not you're executing the position properly. Okay? This is going to apply to not only your forearm plank, your push-up position plank, it's going to apply to all modalities, whether you're lifting a limb or you're using some other modality around the gym to make that plank harder. Okay? What you need to understand is that the abdominis rectus, those six-pack muscles on the front of your body, their job is not only to flex you forward as you think about your typical abdominis movement, but it's to keep you from being forced into this position. Okay? So for a plank position, as gravity's pulling your belly button towards the floor, your abs' job is to keep you from getting that belly button pulled towards the floor in that fashion. Instead, they want to tighten up, flex your spine as best they can, and what we want to look for is to go from that hyperextended position into neutral, and if possible, past neutral to actually flex your spine, so that we know those abdominals are contracted as hard as they possibly can be. Now, what you're going to see in this first position, going to be the proper plank position. This is going to have my back nice and flat, almost rounded a little bit. My pelvis is going to be tucked under, almost like I'm tucking my tailbone. Okay? The core is going to be shrunken and tightened as hard as I can. Okay? Now, as I move from there into the wrong position, and what we don't ideally want is going to be that hyperextended back, that lumbar curvature. Okay? That is going to rely heavily on the hip flexors to keep us up, just by the sake of our bodies otherwise being pulled forward by gravity. Now, these two are very, very different, and what we're really hoping for here is to understand what your body's supposed to be feeling like, which should be very tight, very constricted in the front. And I bet anything, if you haven't paid too much attention to the way that you're doing the plank, that if you really focus on simply bringing your ribs down your hips, simply tucking your pelvis, like we're talking about today, you're going to feel a huge difference in your plank. Well, otherwise, it was a minute or 2 minute plank, might get cut right in half to 30 seconds, 45 seconds. It's going to feel like a lot. Now, if you're looking at this and you're trying this out at home and everything feels pretty solid, I want to give you two things to try before you move into some other modality, whether it's a stability ball or a TRX or some type of ab rollout. I want you to just first take that good plank position, put it on your forearms, and raise one leg. Now, this shouldn't be wildly difficult if you can master the actual plank. But what you're focusing on more so than just keeping the core turned on is you're focusing on your hips not aligning. So what you're going to see as I raise my leg up off the ground is that my hip doesn't hike, right? If you're looking at me from the side, you're going to see both hips are just about level, right? So there's really just a little bit of turning on of the glute, raising the leg up off the ground like such, and that core is still very well engaged here while I'm on the ground. The next advancement from there, in my opinion, is going to be a one-arm plank. Now, this is going to be significantly harder because your weight is transitioning from the back, from your arms into the back of your body, which is going to be really difficult. Think about your body as 4 pillars in that plank. So I raise that right arm. We're going to see here, me raising that right arm, my body is really going to want to hike up on the open side, the side that doesn't have that extra pillar there. So we're going to want to know that we can lock that in, we can tighten up that core from hips to ribs, we can keep that tucked, and align those hips. Okay? If you can lock out a good plank, a good single leg plank, and a good single arm plank, then you're ready for some of our more advanced movements. Regardless of that modality, you want to lock in your plank, and you want to think about that in just about everything you do. Again, we've gone over the pelvic tilt. That's super important to understand, but now we're locking it down against gravity. Now we're locking it down as we move. Okay, isometrics are huge. I want you to be able to own this. I want you to be able to protect your back. I want you to be able to protect your spine. I want you to get a good pelvic tilt position, and I want your plank to look perfect, regardless of how long it's going to be. All right? Try these out at home. Give me that little bit of fix, and let me know what you think. Either hit me up in the comments below or on Instagram at JCodeFit. I'll see you next time.